Hey, what's up, guys? DiplexHeated again. Welcome back to Total War Attila. We're playing the medieval mod called Medieval Kingdoms 1212 AD for Total War Attila. This mod is currently only available for Rome 2. Me and my other YouTuber friends here who mainly play Total War have been given access to the Attila version, but that will be released soon. So if you guys want to play a more fleshed out and available medieval mod for Rome, then obviously play that one for the Rome 2 game there that most of you guys probably have by now. But if you only have Attila, you'll have to wait. Anyway, that is not what we're here to talk about today. We are going to do a live commentary on a replay. So we're in here watching the replay. So it's not really live gameplay commentary. So I can focus on making things look cinematic and awesome instead of having to do both, all the commanding and commenting at the same time. So we're doing a 3v2 siege of Constantinople. It's sort of based on the siege that happened in the early 1400s, I believe. It's not 100% historically correct. The city obviously was obviously quite a lot more buffed out at that time, and we've just gone for a cool looking siege scenario here. So we have the Byzantines defending, represented by the kingdom of either Nicaea or Nicaea or something like that. Once again, sorry for the pronunciation. I don't even have the faction name in my head. It doesn't display itself over here on the in-game. And we're playing as a sultanate. We're playing as the Ayyubid or something like that. Once again, sorry. I'm sure it'll say by the end of the replay there once we get all these statistics. But the factions aren't overly important. This is meant to be a cool-looking siege. And we are attacking together with Pixelated Apollo over here in the center and Warrior of Sparta over on the right side. The two defenders are Jackie Fish and Lionheart, so all of these four YouTubers that I'm playing with are and should be familiar to you if you're into Total War here on YouTube. So we have a very decked out YouTube game today, and it's going to be a long battle, as you can tell. It's about 35 minutes, and it's going to be awesome. There's going to be lots of cool fighting and meleeing and explosions and whatnot, whatever we choose to bring to the table here. So we'll quickly go through the armies. Very basic. I have gone with a setup that made the allies of mine here laugh. Pretty much only actually it's not. It's different. I was thinking of the scenario we did before. Then I just spammed swordsman because that's like the only thing we had in the roster, and that apparently was funny. But now I've gone with a very wide variety of troops here. We have some spearmen who I can counter their spearmen and cavalry with. We have a lot of axe infantry and medium swordsmen. That's good to sort of take the walls. Only one archer unit because I don't see the point of bringing too many archers to a siege. My friends are not sharing that opinion. I can tell here that in the center, Pixelated Apollo has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ranged units and lots of cavalry. And here, Warrior of Sparta has 4 ranged units, one of them being the Nafatun, who throw bombs. Me and Apollo did not go with them. I didn't want to waste a unit card on a small bomb thrower unit, but these guys are incredibly good. So if we would have gone with them, we could possibly have had a different outcome. But that doesn't really spoil the battle. We could have just probably... the battle would have looked very different, I think. I see 2 catapult units here in the center for Apollo, which is good. Good to take down the walls, and of course to kill infantry. 3 cavalry units, including the general's bodyguard, of course. So that's always good. Not so much on the melee side of infantry, but good quality stuff. He's got some medium melee infantry. I don't see any of the axemen, though, that are good to have. Wait, June swordsmen, and swordsmen. Lots of swordsmen. Barely any of the axe infantry here. And Warrior Sparta has also gone with 2 artillery units. I think he's pretty much copied Apollo's lineup, or not copied, but at least gone with the same. I think copy is the wrong word for it there, but lots of June swordsmen and some axemen, though, so that's good. You're going to notice later on in the battle that the statistics are going to be very cool, and I'm kind of happy I brought the army composition I did, because it came in very handy. I was sort of the meat bag of this video, but the siege is on, and my lads and friends here on the side are chilling a bit, but that's fine. I'm initiating the attack. I love to fight and kill things, so that's what we're about to do. Here we have Jackie Fish. He's on my flank. He's got some very I was about to say very good-looking is the right word though. Pike infantry here. That's defending the entrance. He's got archers and swordsmen coming up on the wall. And he has got more spear infantry here in the center to defend this breach. And in general, just a very good lineup. We've got some infantry, more spearmen. Actually, these guys are pikes. No, this is spear infantry. These guys are... Wait, what? That's pike infantry. So these guys are good to have in handy, of course, if I'd bring any cavalry. And in general, just holding back swordsmen. Spear infantry seems to be superior to almost anything else in this game so far. It's almost impossible to beat a spear unit with a swords unit or something like that. Lionheart has got a similar lineup. I presume they've got a lot of cavalry to control the streets, lots of archers, and of course a lot of spear units, some artillery too that to do some counterfire. So just just a good combination of troops here. It's kind of, we're doing a 3v2, but once again they've got walls and they got to spend. They spent all their 15,000, and I think we spent 15,200, except we spawned with 20. So this could have been 30,000 versus 20,000 cash, but we did 30 versus 45 to have a more interesting outcome. And here we go. I am attacking, and I've got a lot of the Mamluk, whatever that meant. Just axe infantry. Talak axemen. I think I have chevrons in mine too. Now they're starting to move back here. Bought a lot of rams. Not sure if that was a mistake, but then again, you can't. There's not an exaggerated amount of. And Warrior Sparta only brought 3 siege towers too, so yeah, a little curious to us what they were planning on there. But let's enjoy the start of this fight. Here come my Easterlings here to invade. How you doing? Look at that guy. Cool looking soldiers. I gotta say, my guys are looking dope. Those shields are fantastic. Wonderful Arabic design. Ooh. And now we're hacking down the Byzantine defenders. Let's see if we can get some hack action here going. This is going to be a cinematic and enjoyable experience. Oh, I think that guy was hit by an arrow or something. He was most likely hit by an arrow down there. That was very unlucky. The ram has gone through. It's disappeared too because it's broken down. Here's a micro and macro mistake that I committed, unfortunately. This unit was left out here under archer fire from, I believe, the people back there. So you'll see they're not taking that much now because we're actually engaging the... Yeah, there you go. So that they stood there for a few minutes too long until I noticed that they were through the gate. The rams are so quick. It takes like a couple of seconds, it feels like, and then they've broken through. So I was expecting them to still be battering away, and I couldn't see them, looking at the wall. So the rest of my army is moving up. Looking very good, I need to say, or I have to say. And the poor Byzantine defenders on the wall are pretty much helpless to my fearsome warriors. Not helpless, but in for a bad time. The invasion has commenced here. Mr. Diplex is bringing the meat to the table, but I think that was necessary to for this battle. Of course, we had to bring some substantial amount of infantry in order to capture these walls and flood the enemy. If they've got good infantry, our numbers can be great when flanking and stuff. If singular units can hold off many at one point, then it's good to have a lot of units to move around. We've got some spearmen here who are putting up a better fight than that guy was killed instantly too. We're cutting them now. Wonderful shields for these Byzantine soldiers too. Here you go ahead and see the Byzantine eagle. The Eastern Roman one, I guess. They kind of turn from one thing to the other. These guys are defending the stairs down, and they're sending up some troops too. But we'll have a look at sort of the ratio here. I've got 3 swordsman units who are fighting theirs, and right now the stats on these are unit losing decisively. So my my swordsmen here are just doing fantastic. Very happy to see the Jun swordsmen be so good. I'm setting up more troops here. We've got these guys. The Talic Axemen are starting to rout, 41 out of 160 remaining, which is very unfortunate. They're actually retreating, and they were unfortunately the unit that I had standing here for a little too long, so they were taking archer fire. I'd say that was pretty much my biggest micro and macro mistake during this battle. Other than that, I managed to get away with 3 chevrons for every single unit due to the cheaper price. I'm not sure if my friends did the same. They got 2 chevrons here, 3 there, 3 there, yeah, 2 there. So that's pretty good. But I got 3 on most of mine. I just didn't get any expensive cavalry and stuff. There are ups and downs to everything. I mean, ooh, you'll get what you spend, and the head just flew down. And now we're pushing through here. What is left here is mainly Byzantine and Sultanate soldiers. My axemen are so good. They are. Look at this little. Kind of feel bad for these guys. Cornered off a real little. This is Sparta scenario thing here. I want to look at the death of these guys. And then we're going to head over to Warrior Sparta and Pixelated Apollo side to see how they're doing. Oh, look at that. Trying to grab the... We're hacking away at the shields to try and do some damage. They're holding. Oh! He saw the chance to cut ahead of there. And he took it. Got one down. I wonder if they're trying to surrender. I think they're retreating. We're just... Oh! Cutting them down, boy. Yes, sir, it is. Things are heating up. We are starting to make our way down now, and this is where I realized this is not going to work. My spear infantry gets sent in, and pikes are slaughtering us. So I'm like, you know, we need to wait until we capture the walls more. It's just like the spears. Yeah, we can get close, we can try, but you'll see that guy down here. He's gonna get cut down too, probably. Oh, poked him in the ass there, probably. So I'm pulling out. I'm like, nope. I took 15 or 16 guys in casualties trying to charge in that. That's not working. Probably a little bit more than that. They got some spearmen down here. So pike infantry, very good indeed. We're winning on the wall here for the most part. This spear unit kind of broke us off. I guess we took a lot of archer fire from these guys. You know, got a lot of reserves outside. My catapults went to work on most of these towers and stuff and some of the units before. So I was kind of happy with that. But yeah, the war continues up here. We're breaking their archers. Easy done. And this unit is just gonna go down pretty soon. Apollo is breaking through the center. We have his cavalry going up against swordsmen and cavalry. Combat's even. I think he wants to try and push through with as much cavalry as possible to get a break. This is very colorful and very exquisite. He's also going through the gate with some swordsmen who are kind of getting messed up a bit there by the Varangian Guard, and they're routing. Artillery's landing in the center, and Pixelated Apollo unfortunately just lost 2 guys. They're routing, and I routed their entire wall section up here now, so that's how you break through, I guess. Flood him. But he's got more soldiers outside, mainly a lot of ranged, but that's always good. They're gonna clear up a bit here and reestablish their defense. Warrior Sparta here in a tug of war against Lionheart. Sorry, yeah. I was just looking to the left. And this is looking... At the time, it was a little grim. He's got a lot of good spear units here who can hold off, and he's just got the breach kind of controlled. Warrior Sparta sending more men up the siege towers to break it down here. And over here, there's a pike unit that's just ready to receive whoever comes out there. So that's a no-go, and you can't pass through here, apparently. So Warrior Sparta was kind of forced to try and push through here. He's got some of these bombers who I think he's going to put to use if they can fire or throw through here. We're going to watch and see how these guys come into effect. That's a very bloody opening, isn't it? Reinhardt's establishing his defenses a bit there. Not sure why he's pulling back. I think he's... Is he routing? Nope. He's going to reestablish himself a bit. There we go. Here come the explosive rounds exploding. This is a very nice screenshot. Yeah. The... we should have had more of those. They're awesome. They're so damn good, and they're so horrible against morale. And we see a couple of axemen coming in here, so... This breach, looking pretty good, but once again, that's one breach. Would have liked to see more breaches opened up. Apollo's back in it now here in the center, fighting away with the troops. Some axemen are coming in to reinforce. I think he lost... Still trying to go through here at the center. Combat's pretty even on this side. I'd say I'm pretty happy with the progress I made on my side. Opened up the flank. We've got some Mamluk infantry here. And you see the blue arrows. In with the troops! Forward, comrades! Okay, we're not Russians. So, I think at this point I was like, guys, Apollo, you're routing. Warrior Sparta, you guys wanna throw in the towel here, it seems. I have the house to myself. Come over, parents are not home. And that's just what happened. Forward, troops! And I don't mean to sound like a pretentious cunt. Like, yeah, look, I'm winning this battle. Because that's definitely not what happened. I wouldn't have been able to win this without, obviously, what they did later on. They did some substantial moves. And I think in a way, Pixelated Apollo and Warrior Sparta won the battle. But I'm very confident in that my numbers managed to break through here. Because looking at this... you're going to see what's about to happen, but I will dedicate a lot of my troops. I have six swordsmen. I have over 1,000 soldiers up here that have beaten the enemy resistance, are cheering maybe a little. I mean, if they had AK-47s, they'd fire those in the air, but we'll do with the swords. And they're about to run down. And come on, that's a little parody and a little fun. Don't get offended by that. Hey, if I had an AK-47, I'd fire that in the air too. And we are destroying... Let's see here. Apollo's being cut off here. Trying to hold him back at this breach. He made another breach though, and he's going to get some cavalry through, which is very nice. So that is obviously a good strategical advantage. And these axemen are apparently pretty good in melee too, the heavy bow infantry. So it's not too light. So they're through, which is going to mean... Nope, that's my unit. That was my unit of no heavy shock cavalry. I did bring one heavy... Oh yeah, right, fuck, I forgot. My general unit is an axemen unit. So now we got troops through. We're breaking into the streets. Make ready! So there's a bit of a standoff here. I just want to make sure that our units are getting ready to fight. We got some guys coming up here. So yeah, I was like, Apollo and Warrior Sparta, I have opened my flank. Come in here if you need to. And I think I didn't say that now, but my cow's going to go through here. It's going to just avoid the Skotatoy. I don't think he's going to get a single one. Oh yeah, he's going to get one guy. No, he's like, fuck it, I'm not fighting you. So that's one cavalry unit through, which I was very happy with. That's a headache that they need to deal with. So yeah, not too many routing. I mean, I see units get pushed back, but now they're back in again. Taking some artillery fire here. They're hitting the siege towers. My guys are still like, hey, this is a macro and micro mistake on my side. Simply not aware. I should have sent these guys down a little earlier. We could have broken... Yeah, I did that now. But that could have happened a minute ago. Easily a minute ago. But they're coming down. That is the point. I told Warrior Spartan Pixel my flank is open. And we're going to see a lot of the troops coming in that way. I'd say Lionheart held this fairly well. The numbers that Warrior Sparta brought could just simply not stand against the stronger infantry here. I would say that the Byzantine have superior infantry. The Skotatoy swordsmen and pikemen and regular spearmen are in general stronger than our infantry. You can look that up on stats. But price is the price is different, and there are other factors too. But most of the infantry and stuff is coming over to the left side. My infantry has come in, and we managed to surround a spear infantry unit, which is going to see themselves in quite a horrible seat very soon. Paul is breaking through with cavalry now. His heavy shock cavalry is breaking the cataphractoi. And now there's just some axemen here fighting some other axemen trying to get in there through the center. Pulling my guys back. They have archers. This is when I wish I brought more archers so I could have done a little skirmishing. But nope. It's the price you pay. Let's enjoy some fighting down here. And sorry about the language. Sometimes just need a little bass to it. And there we go. Dog 1 is open. Here comes 7 units of infantry. 1,000 Sultanate soldiers rushing down the hill. I love this. It's like fucking Rohan. This is probably yeah, I can imagine this was a bit of a problem for them. This made them retreat back here. They're retreating their units now, and this is some amazing artillery shots here by Pixelated Apollo, torching this, setting it on fire, and killing a lot of troops. They have some really sick Varangian guard here, though. You don't want to fuck with the Varangians. So it is open. It is indeed open. And my swordsmen killed those guys. My cavalry is back out. I had two. Oh, apparently no, that's Warrior Sparta. Oh, we're both blue. Okay. That's confusing. My cavalry unit got killed back here. It got surrounded and destroyed. That's another micro mistake. Simply didn't have enough time to focus on things. So we got some infantry coming up here in the center. He's formed a square, and I told him, yeah, you go ahead and do that. We'll see you later. Bit cocky, but yeah. Fighting is going on over here, though. Taking a lot of ranged fire. And this is probably where Jackie performed well. Jackie's an amazing, amazing player. I think he's one of the best Total War players I know. He is really using his superior infantry and good tactics to kind of almost... I noticed I wasn't going to break through this. He's got archers, he's got the heavy axemen, spearmen, and swordsmen. I'm not breaking through this. I need to wait for the rest of my troops to come up and reinforcements back here. So I'm going to pull back. I think that was a good idea. Judging by the casualties here on the ground, we see my Arab shields and not too many Byzantine red capes. Barely any, as a matter of fact. He's not going to pursue, because that would probably lead to him in a disadvantage. He can't really flank me over here. So the fight's going to continue. And another fight starts off here with my reinforcing infantry. There's a million things that could have done different and better, but currently it turns out to work out quite well. The breach has been opened up fully. Not a single troop went through this wall. People are... just a horse there, it's dead. There's a lot of Byzantine soldiers dead too. Pretty much everything that's red and blue here is Byzantine. The stuff that's just kind of brown and grey are our troops. So it's just a very generous mix, but lots of troops died here today. Let's not get that wrong. There are scattered casualties all over this side. Lionheart has freed up his cavalry and has pulled back. They're doing a little bit of a reorganizational thing here. Get the troops to the town square. Reorganize your men, captains. They're through. Indeed we are. So now it started looking a whole lot better. We have... my guys pulled back here. Yeah. Can you see how low these guys have gone down into numbers? Obviously they were the ones who fought in this wall and in the breach. But only fighting a little bit here and taking a lot of ranged fire. That wasn't going to work out for them. And here's one of my Jun swordsmen unit. They got themselves in quite a shitty position. And here comes the rest of my stuff. A lot of, I think some of Warrior Sparta's stuff is in here too. I'm having a hard time seeing what's what, but this is mixed me and Warrior Sparta. I think it's about half and half. A little bit more me since I brought down 6 units or 7 units from here down here. So, but yeah, this will prove to be a good fight. This unit is losing decisively, which is a very welcome word if you're stressed out wanting to win this, and you always feel slightly underappreciated, almost, should I say. We broke off the pikeman unit in the middle here. I think Jackie went out of pike formation, and that's where we caught him. I think I took my artillery unit here, which was out of ammo, and said, I'm going to fire into you now. That's when he did it, and I was lying. It was out of artillery. There's like 2 guys. We're getting the hell out of here, dude. Oh, these are Jackie's troops. That must be a pretty nice sight. I wonder if there's a little boat that you guys can grab down here. Doesn't look like there's a boat, but you can probably keep running down this road. Throw your helmet and weapon. They probably might. I don't know if they'd mistake you for a soldier.
Our men are breaking off.
Here's Warrior Sparta's cavalry, which is really awesome. Backing up my troops now. And here comes some of my shock cavalry that survived the fight back there with Lionheart. And he's got his little bomb throwers that are going to be so awesome to view later. There's not much to see here at the moment. We will focus on this fight.
Fleeing.
I zoned out there for a second. Here's where I was like, Sparta, Sparta, throw your guys, throw the explosions. Pull back, man, pull back.
Our units can no longer fire.
Yes.
From the enemy.
Isn't that glorious? That puts them off. Let's get a nice little overview here. This is cute. Here comes the cavalry again. More bombs are down, and he's like, run, run, run through, run through, run through. And nope. Nope said nope. That was pretty glorious looking, by the way. Can you? Oh, you can't turn back time. I was like, that'd be nice.
The general has fallen.
I believe he's going to throw it once more. And there dies the general. I'm not sure if that's Lionheart or Jackie Fishes. But I think he's got, like, I think it's the cavalry that's his general. So, here comes Warrior Sparta's cavalry and mine combined. Nope, that's not my cavalry at all. I'm not sure where my cavalry is gone. It's back here. No, that's Pixelated Apollo. This could be my cav. No, That's not my cav either. I'm sure my cav came out alive out of that. But I don't have my unit HUD, so I have no idea knowing. Anyway, fight here looking pretty cool. Some Scutatoy swordsmen retreating, Pixelated Apollo, and where Sparta's archers are just doing great work here. They're literally point blanking the enemy, which I think is causing a bit of a morale drop. We've got some unit troops back here who's winning. And then it's pretty much open towards the enemy. Some catapults being brought in, but I think they're out of ammo. The real fight is really going down now here in the center. This is where it is pretty massive now. Just so much infantry, and the Byzantine infantry is just doing so well at holding this back here. You can tell that this is some quality infantry. It's almost even. It's my guys are starting to think that this is bullshit. They don't want to fight this anymore. They're still fighting here. I'm sending in some of my artillerymen. I'm not sure what that's supposed to do, but it's a damn cool fight and struggle over here. It's not. Yeah, it's not so much of a easy and clear victory for us yet, or at all for that matter. They're really doing good at holding this back. But right now it's come down to bow infantry and shock cav. So we were like, yeah, let's engage that. The infantry has run back, but they're coming back again. But while we have the chance to charge, we will. But there's a lot of red infantry here. So we can have more reserved pikemen are coming up and spear infantry. And here's some guardsmen. These are insanely good. They look so cool. Spartaroi guard. And my guys back here are starting to feel the heat. The heat is on. This is where I told the majority of my units to go back. I made a tactical decision. We're not really breaking through the axemen here, although they are starting to kind of lose. I don't want to take the risk. What I'll do is I'll send in... I'll keep one of my units here, which is the spear unit. And I think these two are Warrior Spartas units. And I'll send the rest of my units that I came up the wall to this side. They're a little tired, probably a little disappointed. But they're on the way to the center. We did break through in the center. And that was excellent. So that was really nice. I think Lionheart is pretty much out. He's got a couple of units here on this side. He fought mostly... I mean, Lionheart took the dent of 2 players. So that's an explanation to why he went down quicker. But I think he had to send some troops to the right flank to combat my guys because of the fact that we were, rushing it with so many troops here on the side, which is an upside of having a hell of a lot of soldiers. And over here we have, most of the units I sent back were actually fresh, 142, 148, so none of these guys were below 100. So that was really nice. Now we just had to fight this contingent down here. And it gets interesting here. We got some cav and some spearmen and infantry and all that's gonna try and fight back here. This is when I started thinking, like, wait a minute, they've killed us out here, we've retreated. This has been a bit of a slaughter on both sides. We've thrown a lot of bombs, but in general it's just they've managed to break through. So they've pushed us back out here. They're gonna destroy my Apollo's June swordsman unit, make that route, and there's some bomb throwers over here that he's gonna try and get at. They have a lot of ammunition remaining, but there's only 10 out of 50 left. I think I had a spear unit here covering this side. Yeah, that's my spear unit. I was like, run back, run back, run back. I got you covered. They're coming for you, dude. Run, Sparta, run. So both of us combining the sprint together there, we should be able to get ahead of this really tired and exhausted cavalry that's trying to move through. Really nice looking shock cav though. It's like they're galloping slightly, slowly. I don't know where the hell he's going now. I told him to run back, but... well... thug life, He's gone. Fight is still going on up here. I was like, what the hell? They are still holding. We're wavering. We're getting so tired and exhausted. I think they had time to rest their troops before when we were getting or making our way into the siege. So, very, very, very sort of, very crazy stuff. He's gonna get. Oh, archers. From where even? I mean, where did they even come from? It looked like it came from the side.
The men are running.
But yeah, that was definitely these guys.
Damn you.
Unless these guys fired into the back of them. That's a possibility. I just don't know where it would come from. Probably back here, though. It just looked like it came from behind. Apollo's got his troops through. He is about to deliver the final blow to the troops back here. This flank is broken off completely. We couldn't fight through there, but we're still holding it back here. The Axemen are starting to lose decisively now against our troops, which is I'm not quite sure how that's happening. We're breaking them on this flank. Archers and artillery is just outnumbering these exhausted troops here. These guys are winded and tired, not exhausted, so they look they're going to be picking off at them as they're running back, cutting them down. Some Jin swordsmen going back there. Capping this here for some extra morale. More cavalry coming in at the back. Some fresh or fairly well-off spearmen and swordsmen here. Charging in. Got more cavalry, more axemen even, and some archers who look extremely tired. But right now they're here to deliver the final blow. The axemen actually held off, even though they were losing decisively. But they're up against they're about to go up against two of my fresh swordsman units here coming in. Not fresh. Very tired. But that's, I guess, a little fresh compared to exhausted. And overall, just spreading out here. And, yeah. We're going to speed up because it ends in 20 seconds. And I'm not quite sure how, but it's an instant rout. So there's not much more fighting. But I must say, kudos to the Spheric victory. Kudos to the defenders there, Lionheart and, you know, Apollo, or Jackie for doing so well. And this is a good screen. Yeah, I brought in 3,000 men. They brought in 2.3, 2.4. I lost 2.2k. It was just absolutely, I had the least men remaining and the most deployed. And which obviously puts me in a spot where I had to be able to meat bag a lot. But a lot of kills here in general. The catapults got barely any kills, which was just absolutely worthless. And these nobles did nothing at all. Axemen did wonderful, except for this guy who was butchered. The rest of my axemen here did great. Swordsmen, good performance. These guys did good too. In general, very comparable to some of the infantry over on this side. We did better than most of the spearmen units. Really shows how well the ranged units did, which is just insane. I like to look at the cavalry down here too. I mean, look at that unit of Varangian Guard, 337 kills. Same goes for Lionheart's Varangian Guard, 360 kills. They combined almost took down, I mean, they took 700 men combined, 2 units. That is insane. It shows you how good this high-quality infantry is, while the spearmen and regular swordsmen weren't really much of anything. Or more to our scale, I'd say. Here's Pixade Apollo. His swordsmen got some really good kills, not to mention his archers. Catapults didn't do too much. Axemen did, these two guys did barely anything, unfortunately. This cav unit did barely anything like mine. Warrior Sparta, 0 kills with the catapults, which is weird, but that happens. Some okay archer kills, 0 kills with this guy. Some standard kills with the rest. So, oh, look at these, 240. Yeah. If we would have brought in that, would have been different too. But in general, just a very cool battle. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys soon again. Bye.